right behind you. Nigga, now my roadie nigga now has got a 9-2. If I miss, if it's up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to True Radio right here on WLVS Radio. Myself, Black GOP, Mr. Holiday Man. It's been an awkward situation with this government shutdown. ShidaP right over here chilling, and we have a special guest in tonight. We have two special guests tonight, but our first special guest is Mr. 151. How you doing, sir?
What up? I'm sober for a change, so.
Whoa! What the hell?
Someone get that man out of here.
Get that man a bottle right now.
We don't do sober on this show.
That doesn't happen.
It's kind of weird, being up this early and being sober.
Also, we have CP3 in the building.
You know it, live from WLVS Radio, coming to you as always Wednesday nights. How's everybody doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing
all
great.
Right.
Folks in the background, we're kind of doing the show, so let's kind of lower it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just lower the tone a little bit, just a little bit. I'll tell you this. I don't know where to start, right? Because as the political guy, right, of the show, like the government is an absolute mess. Like it's almost not worth discussing. It's like we don't even have a government. I feel like the purge is about to start, like at midnight. Like I feel like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're really. I feel like the Hunger Games is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Today, the president of the United States, right? And this is CP3's boy.
Oh no. You gonna stop putting that on me, man.
This is CP3's boy, Donald Trump, right? He had a meeting with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, the man who actually literally has no spine. If you look at him, it's like a squid with nice shoes on. Oh. And they're trying to negotiate this wall thing, and the Democrats are trying to give him $1 billion. And Trump's like, no, I want $5 billion. And then Trump just gets up and just walks out of the meeting and tweets like, bye-bye. And I'm like, is that where we're at right now? Like, I feel like I have more engaging conversations with my almost 4-year-old daughter than I see on CNN. I'm so depressed about all this. But it is what it is. Folks, to bring it up a notch, because I feel like I mentioned Trump and everybody's like, oh, fuck this show, but I do feel like this, right? Let's talk about something positive real fast, right?
Is there?
All right.
Yeah,
I'm like, dang, everything's bad.
Yeah, I have something very positive to talk about. R. Kelly.
We knew we were going downhill.
The latest distraction. The latest distraction?
Yes. Here's what I don't understand. I feel like I fell asleep and I woke up in 1996. I don't understand why we're like, oh my God, R. Kelly likes young girls. Like, okay, dude, like he tried to marry a 16-year-old chick. Like, we get it, right? We get it. Now, my question is, my R. Kelly question, I like to go down the row of the panel. And it's cool being in this little seat. DC People's Champ. You never told me how cool it was sitting over here. So I'd like to go down the panel and ask, right? My question is, I watched one episode of the Trapped in the Closet series thing that's on Lifetime, right? And I can't figure out why the adults associated with R. Kelly's whole party scene. Like, okay, first off, let me stop real quick. I am by no means defending R. Kelly. Not one bit. Like, don't anybody confuse my questioning for me defending R. Kelly. Okay, let's get that out the way. But I can't figure out why these people are not in jail. The people that really, literally served children up to this man.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out. I'm sitting here like, we know R. Kelly's guilty. We get it, right? Age ain't nothing but a number, going down ain't nothing but a thing, right? We understand that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like seeing like the episode I watched, I think it was the second episode. See, the cops are coming right now for me just for talking about R. Kelly. You can hear him outside. But like I don't understand how you can have a sparkle up there. No disrespect to anybody I'm mentioning. A sparkle or these artists or these entertainers up there, and these people literally brought children to these events. And I use this as an example in a conversation I did last night on my show, True Talk, Right on True Radio Network.
Yes, sir.
Shameless plug.
Yes, sir.
And I asked this question, like, for example, my daughter is 4, right? She's close to 4. Right here, at the studio, and not just this studio, but any studio we're ever at, right? Like, we might light a little something up outside. We might sip a little something outside. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You will never see my daughter in this environment. It's irresponsible. So where are these parents who took those checks and served those children up to R. Kelly? Where are they? Well, Sparkle's sitting there while I came in one day, and they talk about the video and all that stuff. That does not excuse them from their involvement in the situation. That's just how I look at it. Shida, your thoughts?
Agreed. I think the parents have a big deal to do about it because they went to the house and they let him keep the kids, like who lets, and even Master P, he spoke on it. And he's basically, in between. He's not pro R. Kelly, but he's also like, why, if you knew your kids were in this situation, well, he said if that was my child, everybody be out the house. I mean, what type of parents are these? I blame this on the parents. Like, it's more so the parents. I have children. I have 2 daughters, 6 and 8. They will never be in any atmosphere that is never. They will never go to one of my shows. They ain't doing none of that. Now, when you get grown enough and you're over 21, and you can move around yourself, that's fine. But I would never have a underage child at anything that, like, they didn't even protect their children. They need to get in trouble.
Exactly. I totally agree. They're accessories. Mr. 151.
What's going on? I watched about 30 minutes of it before I got here on the first episode. And it was just really interesting because, like, they did stuff to, like, they had a sister who went with the first girl. And, an incident happened and she didn't want to tell her parents about the incident. And then the parents, like R. Kelly, basically convinced, and it was like 2015, convinced them, oh, well, we'll have somebody from the record label watch your daughter. And basically when she turned 18, she never came home again. Like, with all the allegations with Michael Jackson, and God rest his soul, rest in peace, Michael Jackson, would you let Michael Jackson babysit your kid?
Hell to the no.
Like, on some real shit. Like, it's not like the tape came out yesterday. I mean, this is like stuff that's been like a 10 or 15 year period.
Yeah.
So, if the dude looks like, you ever have one of those relatives that look like they like touch kids? Like, like, yo, I'm not leaving them with Uncle so-and-so.
Yeah.
Like, why would I?
Yeah.
Like, why would you trust the word of, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave my 17-year-old daughter with R. Kelly? I mean, that's like leaving what your cat with some Chinese people or some shit. I mean, it's just don't make no goddamn sense. What do you expect to happen?
It's it's the truth, and so and I'm getting ready to get to CP3 for his perspective. Actually, Kirk Cousins is the actual R. Kelly. I would say this as well.
He's trapped in the closet.
He's trapped without the playoffs.
Stepping in the name of love.
Stepping without a coach. I mean, we can just keep going and going.
But I would say this, folks. Like, it's not like, and I'm again not defending R. Kelly. We know he's guilty. We all get that. That's easy.
No black person has ever said R. Kelly's innocent.
Yeah, like, exactly.
R. Kelly's the only person that he's ever said he's innocent. Everybody else is like, yo, we know this nigga guilty. We done seen the tape.
We all get that. But like, where is the footage or the evidence of R. Kelly driving around in a Scooby-Doo mystery van picking up kids on the corner? It's not. These adults were serving these children up to him, and that's the scariest part. It's like, let me just bring my kid to a pedophile and hope that I get a check. CP3.
Nice segue there, my brother.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
They're yelling touchdown.
Literally a touchdown.
That definitely is my perspective on it. I mean, it's kind of crazy, like you say, 151. We all knew what he was. I'm not really, I haven't watched any of it. I haven't watched 1 second of it.
Don't.
It's no point. I mean, we know. I mean, when I heard, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. I knew the dude. I mean, it's in his lyrics.
I'm sorry.
That's
so funny.
You may be young, but you ready,
You
right?
know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
the
doesn't
signs were there.
like he literally tells you, you may
Don't-
be young, but you ready.
Yeah.
Oh my
Don't go over to Uncle Robert's house by yourself or with your girlfriend because things might happen. We all knew what it was, and unfortunately, these parents.
Like the nigga made a song called "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number."
I mean, the signs were there.
That's like looking at a dude's resume and it says crackhead, and you still get a nigga a job. You like, yo, why is my Blu-ray player missing? Why is my TV missing? Nigga, you hired a crackhead. I mean, come on now.
And that pretty much sums up my statement.
All right, let's jump to some sports talk. CP3, do we still have any sports teams in DC?
Currently, we do still have sports teams in DC,
Okay.
but
Doesn't mean Dallas Cowboys though.
I'm not even going to dignify that comment. We're going to talk about divisional round weekend of the NFL playoffs. Wild card weekend was very enjoyable. I went 0-4. I am not ashamed of saying that. All my picks were wrong. I'm hoping to rebound this week. Thanks, DC People's Champ. But we definitely have some key games this weekend, starting with the Colts at the Chiefs. That's a 4:35 start. Colts are 10-6. Chiefs are 12-4. Top-ranked team in the AFC. I think it's going to be an offensive battle because both of these offenses are playing very well. Andrew Luck looking to be the comeback player of the year. He's hasn't been sacked. He's been working his magic. He has some good receivers. They have a potent running game. They put up 150 rushing yards on the Texans defense, which hadn't been done all season. So they're definitely ready to go. But then you have the Chiefs with Andy Reid, who has a terrible playoff history with good teams that always falter in the playoffs. I'm going with the Colts in this game. Andrew Luck is pretty hot. He has something to prove, and I think that Andy Reid's playoff jinx, so to say, is going to bite him in the ass on this one. Then you have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Rams at 8:15 in LA. You all know I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan, but this game is going to be very interesting because the Dallas defense has been playing very well. They've been stopping the run. They've been just all over the place, been causing turnovers, and they've been playing better than expected, especially with some of their key players out. The Rams, they are the number one seed in the NFC. They took a loss late in the season that kind of threw them off a bit. They had a first round bye, so this would be their first action of the playoffs. So the pressure is on them. It's going to be a very interesting game. The Redskin fan and DC fans cannot allow me to pick the Cowboys, so I have to go with the Rams in this game. Then you have the Chargers and the Patriots at 1 o'clock on Sunday. This is a rematch of almost 14 years ago when Phillip Rivers' last shot at getting to the Super Bowl against Tom Brady. He had a torn ACL, wasn't at his best. They lost. Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl. Chargers are 12-4. The Patriots are 11-5. The Chargers are playing some good ball. They played very well last week. Rivers, I've never been a fan of his, but he's definitely stepped up this year. They have a potent running attack also. Their defense is opportunistic. They get to the quarterback, and they can cause turnovers. The Patriots, they're the Patriots. I can't go against the Hoodie and Brady. They always find ways to win. They're in Foxborough. I don't care how much Phillip Rivers has to prove. I can't go against the Pats. I just love what they do. I'm not a fan of the team, but I respect what they do. And I'm going with the Pats in that game. And the final matchup of divisional round weekend is Philly versus New Orleans. Philadelphia is 9-7. New Orleans is 13-3. That's a 4:05 start on Sunday. Philly has been surprisingly getting healthy at the right time, and everything is basically falling in their favor. Last week they avoided a loss by freezing the kicker, and he missed a 47-yard field goal that would have won the game for Chicago.
Okay, real quick, CP3.
Yes, sir.
What does freezing the kicker mean?
Yeah.
We don't
Okay.
know.
Let's get into football.
Just
like,
real
dang,
fast.
freezing
Like,
the kicker.
real quick.
I'm like, damn, did Iceman show up? How did the kicker get frozen? I don't.
We all know that pressure bursts pipes. So what coaches
Pressure
do?
burst pipes.
It does. Shida.
I'm sorry.
But what a coach of the opposing team does, he waits for the team to line up and get ready to attempt to kick the field goal, and he calls a timeout right before they snap the ball. Sometimes a kicker will not kick the ball because that's a superstitious thing. This kicker did kick the ball even though the timeout was called, and he actually made it, but it didn't count. So he had to re-kick because it was a timeout and the play didn't count. And he double dunked it off of the upright and the crossbar and missed, and Chicago went home, and he is the GOAT.
Donkey of the day.
Yeah, the donkey of Chicago. Well, I think he had to get escorted out of the stadium with security because they were ready to hang that dude by the goalpost.
You know, they shoot you for breathing in Chicago, so I don't think
They
I don't think
do.
he went home.
He might still be at the stadium. You might be right, 1-5. That might be the safest place for him.
You might be waiting to the spring or something.
I mean, most of them have jails in the stadiums for when they get rowdy. You know,
Shout out to Philly.
Philly started it.
That's
but
my state. Hey.
Yeah, Philly started it, but other teams have had to adopt that also. But getting back to the game, New Orleans and Philly. New Orleans, they also took a late season loss and kind of took some of the luster off of the season they were having. Philly, they have a very good front four defensive line to get pressure on the quarterback for the guys. That
Thank you.
And they that's what they've been riding off of through their winning streak and run to the playoffs. So as I say once again, the Redskin fan and DC sports fan in me cannot take Philly, so I'm going with New Orleans in this game. And to wrap up DC sports talk on a good note, the Caps, you know, the Stanley Cup winning Caps, they're currently 26-12-4, first in the Metro Division. They've won 6 out of the last 10 games. They beat Philadelphia Flyers last night 5-3. It was a good game. It was a nice fight involved. Ovi, he scored his 30th goal a couple of games ago, which is only the second person in the NHL history to start off his career with a 30-goal season. That's number 14 for him. Mike Gardner is the only other NHL player to ever do that. And in the game last night, TJ Oshie scored his 200th goal of his career, and Jacob Rana scored his career-high 14th goal of his short career, and he's definitely becoming a good player on the team, and the Caps are on the roll, and that's it for sports talk.
Go Caps. You know,
sir.
the city needs this money. So Caps, like, keep doing well, you know, because we can't trust, we kind of left a few teams off of the sports roundup. But Caps, like, keep doing your thing. And it's amazing watching them. And like I said, I was there when they won.
Yes, sir.
Shida, celebrity gossip.
There's another pedophile. We may have another pedophile. Can we get rid of the pedophiles?
Don't talk about Kevin Spacey like that.
He pleaded not innocent. But don't they all?
He got a ticket down here after he flew from there. He got a ticket down here on GW Parkway yesterday. But they gave him a warning.
I think he heard it was a Boys to Men concert.
Oh, shit.
You got the wrong idea. Go ahead, Miss Shida.
Well, of course, Drake. So he's at a concert.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah.
Girl gets on the stage. Come on, Drake. We need you to get your shit together. And then I guess he touched her.
He fondled, I heard.
Fondled.
What is wrong with these dudes?
I mean,
like, is Drake trying to get a Lifetime special? Like, what is happening right now?
Well, they said she was 17, right? She was 17.
After he said, "How old are you?" And she said 17, and he continued to touch the titties.
Okay,
he was touching.
I have nothing.
I'd
to
have
say
been like,
on
if you don't get the fuck off the
I would have been
stage.
like, bye.
I check ID to this day, so I'm sorry.
You know what's funny? I went to a Nelly concert. I was underage, one of my favorite people in the world, and they said if you're not 18 and up, this before he said all the girls come on the stage, but the respect I have for Nelly, he said if you're not 18 and up, you cannot get on the stage. Yeah, so we got another pedophile.
Drake.
Yeah, come on, Drake.
And he's light skinned. You know, that makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? You could get away with being a dark skinned pedophile, but if you're like a light skinned pedophile, you still look like
it looks really bad.
You know, like you can't be a light skinned pedophile.
And he's Canadian.
I mean, you know.
So was Chris Benoit.
That hurt.
That's a
Got
low
him.
I
blow.
even got that one.
That hurt.
That
hurt.
I even got that one.
I almost got
That was
teary-eyed.
bad.
Then I remember I
was
didn't have
bad.
emotions, but you know, I almost, yeah.
151. Before we switch you out, we're gonna have our guests come up. Where can they find you, homie?
Damn, what can they find? Oh, 151 at the bar. I'm on Sunday nights. I stream on my Facebook page, so you catch me on Sunday nights. I think we got who do we have coming on this night? Oh, District Worlds is supposed to be coming on tonight, and then I think this other dude named Flex 360 is supposed to be coming on. But if he doesn't call me back, I'll replace him with somebody else. On some real shit.
That's
Oh my
how it is in the radio business. People. You don't call back, you will get replaced.
Nigga, that's how it is in this business. Like on some real talk, so I'm gonna tell you, as a dude who runs a radio show, so if I have to keep calling you, I'm not.
Yeah,
Like
doesn't happen.
we reach out, text, call, boom, boom, boom. I got people from Chicago calling me, people, out of areas calling me. I'm not gonna chase you. Like I don't even chase liquor, nigga.
We chase
Good
money.
point. Very good point.
Ladies and gentlemen, 151. Let them know how you spell your actual Facebook page name, because it's like the H is the most complicated thing
bruh.
in the world.
It's ROHKEAME, and then last name is Bell. Before I get up, I just want to say this. The crazy thing about this week was Satoya Brown, who's been locked up for like 15 or 16 years. She's going to be released in
August.
Yeah.
And which is really great. And no one has been talking about that because all we talked about this week is R. Kelly and lifetime memes. And also, within this week was Chris Brown became the youngest person to own his masters of his music, which is big.
Yeah, I did
Now,
see
if
that,
Chris
yeah.
Brown drops and spits on a chick, TMZ will have that. Will play that footage like 80 billion times.
Yeah.
Does something good, we church mouth quiet.
Just make sure, if you do spit on the chick, just make sure she's over 18. That's all. You know what I mean?
Make sure
Like,
she's legal.
that's
Drake
all.
and R. Kelly.
That's all.
We got pedophile spitting now.
Pedophile spit.
Oh yeah, and Renegade will be performing next week on the 15th at the Red Lounge, and we will be checking IDs, and we will not be groping anybody 17 and under. If you smell young, you coming out the building.
I see Kool-Aid around
Like,
your
yo, I
don't.
is that perfume or breast milk? I don't know, but I don't think we should let her in.
Oh man, 151. Thanks for stopping through, man.
Oh, thank
know.
you.
Always good.
My man popped in. You can catch 151 up right over on Rise 95, another popular internet radio station out here in DC. Every Sunday night doing his thing, man, and that's family out here. That's how we roll. Did he say is that Similac or breast milk? Okay. I'm trying to reposition my head.
It's crazy right now.
Hey man, that's what
It's a
happened
wild show. That's what happens when kids
mean,
get. That's what
People
happens
that
when
don't
kids are
know,
on.
we used to do this at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
for y'all that don't know.
Yeah.
And we used to have a room full of people at 1:30 in the morning,
Just funny.
and we was a lot less sober.
Yeah, that's what I say. A sober 151 is a rare thing. This is the first time I've seen it.
Happens every blue moon. Back here probably won't be sober.
And we got it on tape.
Hey, I'm here, son.
And we got it on digital.
To get to our guests, Kia Holt, Miss Maryland Monrogue, please step up to the seat. This person is, high five coming on, and high five.
Oh, do I speak?
Boom,
Should I
okay.
speak?
It's a little fire.
Nice little five. We got it.
Should I speak? I didn't.
Whichever.
Make it easier.
Yeah, come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to the show our special guest of the night, Miss Maryland Monrogue.
Can you take this seat right here?
Yeah, take this.
Wherever you feel
this one has a
comfortable.
weird thing on it. I don't know what that is. Yeah, you can grab that seat right there.
I wanted to get my people's room.
Okay.
Can we get in? Yo, come in. Come in. Yeah, come in.
Come on over.
Oh, man. We got big dudes.
We can make a little.
Wait, she's bringing like 50 people on.
We got a whole mob
know?
up here now.
You know how Baltimore is? Oh shit, man.
Whatever you want.
She does, dude.
Can I pull that shit over here?
Whatever you want to do.
That's it. She got. Hey, bro, go do this camera.
well-protected show right now.
Show her
You know, I feel safe.
Show her
You
the
know?
camera.
It started out with 3 and we multiplied.
This is my picture.
I got this whole corner on lock
Roll with
over
me
here,
since we
baby.
was doing everything, like-
Oh, she brought the whole Wu-Tang clan with her.
We didn't
Happening right
The
now.
whole crew is here. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Come here.
Got everybody in?
Was that just a photo op or like a?
No.
Okay.
The start button.
And there's a lot of fur in the place tonight. Like,
Yeah.
you know, she just got her fur.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't
She's
get
got her
Peter-
fur. You know what I'm
Don't get Peter
saying?
down here, man. Don't get Peter down
Hey,
here.
bring him
bro.
down, yo.
Don't
Bring
get
him out.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't get him down here,
That's
man. We
why
don't want that
it ain't
beef.
even coming out.
Maryland Monrogue,
Yeah.
it's such a pleasure to have you on. Can you introduce all the 5,000 people that
We
Yo,
just
this
squeezed
is
on
my
the set.
this is my A1 day one. Like we've been doing this since you know what I
Forever,
mean.
since the beginning.
Forever. Hype man, videographer.
Recording in the bathroom
Right,
and
yo.
shit. You know you got your own
This-
studio in
this-
the bathroom with the pad. We
This
did
like
all
my,
that.
my front and back. Yo, I had to. You feel me?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I write plays, by the way.
Cool.
That's
nice.
And who is this gigantic person beside me? whatever.
Definitely security.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna leave this show. No,
I got actually more questions. Can I smoke in here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Engineer, are we?
No.
No.
I introduce myself. My name is Anthony Nichols.
There's a microphone. Got you.
How you doing? My name is Anthony Nichols. I'm a junior at Morgan State University, spoken word artist. I write, produce plays. You name it, I do it. I'm out here for real.
Sounds good. Well, you're definitely gonna have to drop something tonight. You know that, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, you know, I'm not sure what's happening over
Yeah,
there.
like it's a
But,
multicultural-
So, CP3, any questions for Maryland Monrogue?
No, I think I'm gonna sit back and observe for a little while, and then I gotta have that bomb question at the end. So I'm gonna let Miss ShidaP start it.
Oh, because you ain't the biggest dude in the room anymore.
Check out.
I resent that. Man, I'm a grown ass man, dog.
ShidaP, any questions for Maryland Monrogue?
Not right now because I'm excited because I know I missed a couple of shows before and I didn't get to meet you. So I'm just here.
3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. That ain't right.
Well,
But,
if you could share your mic with Maryland real fast.
It's
or-
a little low, right? It's a little.
Oh, this one I know. Oh.
Oh, that one's on. Okay.
That
Yeah,
one.
that one's on. You're right.
Good,
Okay.
good.
So, Maryland Monroe, I want to ask you, where did you come up with your style and your persona? Like, it's really, I swear to you, like after being in radio for roughly almost 4 years,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of talent, and honestly, a lot of it isn't original. It's like I could be, like for example, right? If I got into the game, right, which I used to be, and I'm not, I'm way too old for that now, right? But if I got into the game, you know, there's nothing to really separate me besides these crazy glasses from other artists. Your style, however, is totally separate from a lot of other artists. Where'd you come up with the concept of Maryland Monrogue?
Okay, so a part of it was a manager of mine. Like we came up with the name Maryland Monrogue, pretty much because we're from Baltimore, Maryland, and then Monrogue is more of like a grimier feel of Maryland Monroe. Like when you think of Maryland Monroe, a lot of people think of the feminine aura of it, and I wanted to just give it a little switch, a little grunge, a little grind. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my music is more romantic. It's party too, but it's a heartfelt. You know, I got go through a lot of relationships. You feel me? So I put music into that, and we came up with Maryland Monrogue, and we wanted to give it more of a tomboy swag versus Maryland Monroe with the lipstick. You know what I mean? So people can be like, "Oh, damn, she just gonna switch it like that." Give it a little twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we came up with it.
So how about the look? Because we've seen like the blue mohawks. We've
Yeah.
seen, and actually, engineer, if you could, engineer, if you could put up the picture of her with the promotional picture of her that was sent to the studio, that'd be really cool. Just for a second. But Where'd you come with the look from too? Because there's one thing having a persona like
Yeah.
I could be Black GOP, right? That's fine, right? You know what I'm saying? There could be a CP3, there could be a ShidaP, there could be, you know what I mean, this big guy right next to me. Like, there could be, you know, we could all have a persona, but how'd you come with the look?
Well, the look, I've always had rock in me. First of all, y'all, my hairdresser made my damn hair fall out. But either way, you feel me? It's always within you. You feel me? Your persona, your charisma, everything is within you. So, my mohawk pretty much came from loving rock and roll when I was younger, loving wrestling, loving, you know, rap, hip hop. You know, I had a mixture of both. So it just blended. You know what I mean? And it became me, like my mohawk, but then more of a urban, a mix. You know what I mean? So yeah, the gauge is all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Love it,
dope.
love it, love it.
It's it's an invisible one, but y'all can just picture
That's
it. Real quick.
nice.
It's savage. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
You know, and another question I would have is recently you had a picture, and we featured it in the video for your promotional video for this interview,
Yeah.
of you with duct tape on your mouth. What does that symbolize, like to you? Like I know what I think it
Yeah.
symbolizes. I think it symbolizes trying to silence a powerful Black woman, like the
Yeah.
movement. But what does that symbolize to you?
G, you want me to really go in on it?
Do it.
Okay, so
Do it. Come on. That's why we're here.
My next single is about domestic violence. I've actually
Okay.
I've lost 2 friends to domestic violence. My recent friend was, it's kind of, you want me to talk about it? It was
Do
dope.
it.
Yeah.
She was murdered by her wife, and then her wife killed herself. So this actual commercial and music video is a dedication to everybody that went through domestic violence, and it is a part of not being silenced, but it's also what we go through. You know, what you feeling. You know, I wanted to give that a good description. So, man, that's gonna be a deep music video.
And I'll be honest with you right now, my sister was
Yeah.
literally killed by her husband
Oh man.
in domestic violence. So
Yeah.
I respect that answer so much. You
Yeah.
know, and that's a whole other story. That's,
Yeah.
you know, but like, so I respect your grind and the name of women out there that are being abused
Yeah.
and that have to go through that and have to deal with, you know, excuse my cough, that has to deal with, you know, these men who are more of, let's say they're more of torturers and are so disrespectful to these beautiful, lovely women, especially women of color, because they get the lowest voice out here as far as domestic violence goes. You always see like a, you know, someone who doesn't look like us talking about domestic violence, you know. So I absolutely respect that. I had no idea it was about that. I thought it was about silencing a voice, but
Oh, well, R. Kelly already doing all that, you know what I mean? That's going around like, you know what I mean, bug out here. So, I mean, I'm just, I just have to, I do club bangers, I do feel good music, but this right here, it's just in my spirit. I gotta speak for her, you know what I mean? I gotta speak for other women. I gotta speak for guys who even been through domestic violence, because there's a lot of men that go through that as well, you know what I
They
mean?
do.
it's facts. It's
Yeah.
facts.
I be seeing girls slap guys up all the time. Like, right, like, shorty, man, chill out.
That was
Knock your ass.
that was CP3's New Year's Eve. He was getting slapped up the whole time. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, folks, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna have Maryland Monrogue perform, do a song. My track is that Heard From. I love it, and you know, of course, I love Dirty Diana, but I don't think we
Yeah.
have time for both. You know,
Okay.
I love both though.
Which
Maybe we
one
do
you
have
want?
time. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
we could just rock it.
Rock
it out.
Where we gonna perform?
Yeah. Yeah. So
over.
Oh,
folks,
bet.
Yeah, give us about a 2-minute break, folks, and we'll be right back here at WLVS Radio, True Radio, doing our thing. Maryland Monrogue's in, and she brought her security team, and you know.
But you know who Originals is, the security dude.
Well,
you
yeah,
know who
I
security
already
is.
told him about your New Year's Eve, dude. Okay, all right.
Knock
So
him out.
let's do a 2-minute break, folks, and we'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Behind you. Nature blaze, triple six, rock your body, but I'm
whole lot of new money. Session then hiding from 12. Moving them swelling them bills. Serving the Royals to Yale. Beating that China like Kuta Kinte. Whipping that fishing for a cake. Making no syrup from rolling them hair. Made myself a boss in the blue. Either way you put it, nigga, I'm good. Triple salute, nigga, straight out the hood. Make the soda water splash on scale. My right and my pot and my left. Leaning all the way over to the side. I whip me a full way to a 9. The dirty, the money is homicide. In my recipe, can you tell me? Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope.
Young enough to still sell dope, but old enough that I knows better. When they saying it's 42 for that white powder, I knows better. Get it, nigga, I knows better. Put a smile on the devil's face. Who don't wanna sell dope forever and plus they rolling to the vessel break. Fish scale and a tooth door that I fish tails. Fiberglass, Ferrari leather, and designer shit that I misspelled. Yeah, look at the clues, the G's, the jewels, I'm mixing them on, yeah. From 15 years old, I'm whipping in kids and fucking my Pop low, but Gucci waiting for me goes. My dinner plate, no silverware. All you niggas, my e-hoes. Kilo like a free throw. Crack house had the peephole. Made it through to the other side. Now know this big is my ego. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Baby, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope.
Shit. Turn it up for me.
Maryland Monrogue.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Shit.
When your friends don't walk. Your mama.
Heard from your friends you don't fuck with me. Heard from a source you don't fuck with me. Heard from your mama, your sister, your daddy, your auntie, your cousin don't fuck with me. Swear that you could get enough of me. Swear that you could get enough of me. All of them exes you had in the past, ain't no way that you could get enough of me. I can't pretend, where have you been? Drinking this gin, I got a vent. Guess I'll be blowing this hostel again. Hoping your jaw will be closing at 10. Love me when you see me pushing that Benz. You see that shorty ain't not your friends. You don't be trusting me, don't make no sense. Yeah, I done cheated, ain't happen again. Bonnie and Clyde, my Beyonce. Hey, she'll be my future fiance. Hey, shorty surprising me, but then I win the lottery. Need me a public apology. Even your mama acknowledged me. Sorry you called me. Nobody's home. I should've known all that shit on my own. Damn, just looking for places to roam. Street clothes covered in foam. Need a bad bitch, help me get in my zone. Custom made leather, covered in chrome. Shit, I had a little drink. I ain't gonna lie. Can we do Dirty Diana real quick, or we ain't got no time?
Mr. Engineer, we need to do Dirty Diana.
Yo, Dirty Diana,
you
man.
gotta do it. That's my we
gotta do
it.
Dirty Diana.
You gotta do it.
Her from was she played the shit out of her.
Make it rain on falling from the sky.
See them dollar signs. See them dollar signs. See them
Dirty Diana, Dirty Diana, Dirty Diana, Dirty Diana, Dirty Diana, Dirty Diana. Working in one in Atlanta, jumping in low for that camera. That's why these bitches can't stand it.
Calling her Dirty Diana.
Okay.
Dirty Diana. 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 Ain't got no room for that Louis or Gucci. She got in her bag. She used to dealing with ballers. Some ballers be spending that bread. Racking it up on that money she getting. She spend on her hair. And her nails done. She ain't got no kids. Taking them trips, diamonds Atlanta, she making it split. Implant her ass and she implant her lips. With that money she made, she stayed on the fifth. Life on the edge, she like taking a risk. Fuck all that money, she shooting on miss. Living it up, she ain't proud of that chicken. Her girls watching back on that private that shit. Hit your ass up on some Kamaka shit. Love is a thing, what should never commit. Man, she's broken my heart, you may never forget. Damn it, she hood, but she's too hot a kid. Just be the kids that the judge had to quit. Don't fuck with her family, they too delicate. And don't know you or owe you, it's no relevance.
Okay.
A certain class tryna wife her, but they know that shit won't last. Set them straight and she won't hide behind no man. Don't wanna date her, she ain't looking for romance. Yeah.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana. Working it hard in Atlanta. Jumping in on quick camera. That's why these bitches can't stand him. Calling her Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana. Working it hard in Atlanta. Jumping in on quick camera. That's why these bitches can't stand him. Calling her Dirty Diana.
I had to get off the stage, bro. Sorry, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to True Radio right here at WLVS Radio. This is True Radio Network. Maryland Monrogue just absolutely bodied the stage. It was amazing. I mean, it was a great performance. I want to ask you this before I have a surprise question. Maryland, tell me about how you first off, real fast, folks. Dirty Diana is like one of my favorite independent artist songs. And so when we were discussing her coming on the show, I was like, look, you have to do Dirty Diana. Like, I need that song in my life. And by the way, that was the master version with Savage, by the way. Because I have the other version, too. I love them. But let me ask you, the whole Heard From song, and I think everybody in this room, and maybe everybody watching out there, has that feeling where we heard from your cousin, your sister, your friends, whoever, that you don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
We all know that, so I know Shida knows that feeling.
Oh, I know that.
I know CP3 knows that feeling.
Nah, they won't tell me.
So what was your idea for coming up with that song?
Yo, her from, you just dealt with a female or a male or whatever, and their family saying, oh yeah, they just whispering on the side, oh yeah, we don't fuck this. And you trying your best to show them your best colors, and they just looking at you like, yeah, we don't really, you know what I mean? Or the friends talking shit about you. I don't know, can we say shit on live?
Yeah.
Friends talking shit about you. The mother, like everybody down the list got something to say about your relationship. So it's like, I heard from your friends you don't fuck with me. Heard from a source you don't like. What's going on? You don't fuck with me about. Ain't nobody in your family think you should fuck with me.
And it's funny that everybody will tell you that everybody will tell everyone else they don't fuck with you except for the person that doesn't fuck with you.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
You don't keep it 100.
If I don't fuck with somebody, I'll let them know, like, hey, I don't fuck with you.
I don't fuck with you. Like,
Tell me I'm
CP3,
cool.
any questions?
That was my first time hearing your music, and it was definitely different. I like to hit. So where does you say you listen to rock, rap influence. What were some of those rock bands and rap influences that helped curve your career to where you are now?
Well, the first, everybody loves Nirvana.
Oh,
Smells like Teen
yeah.
Spirit. Oh my gosh, here we go. That song like that. My mother thought I was crazy when I was I like soft rock, honestly. Like, he put me out there. Evanescence, Panic at the Disco. I like this song. I don't like hardcore rock. Nothing wrong with that, but
It's not your
a
thing.
mix, just a commercial rock, Right.
And what rap influences?
Oh man, I'm in 2 generations. You feel me? I'm not gonna put my age out there. But I'm in it horrible. I love Eminem, lyricism, Kendrick Lamar, and then honestly, I love Young Thug. A lot of people don't. I love Thugger. I love, you feel me? Like, you want to blend both. Like I said, I like the old school lyricism, but then I like these new school cats too because they give a flavor. They both put together, mix a whole different flavor. You want to have both. Now I don't like straight bubblegum rap. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. But I do like a little bit of the snap music. I can't lie. You feel me?
I do too. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, I'm looking through G glasses like.
I'm gonna stay over
I'm looking
here.
through G glasses real quick. Like, what do you
I
feel?
like the newer generation.
I'm gonna
of
stay in
rap,
my
so-
old school
I
bubble
can't see
over
through your
here.
glasses, yo. I don't know if you're telling the truth. He over here looking at kid. He looking at me like, yeah.
I'm gonna just stay in my old school bubble over here.
I mean,
a bubble boy.
I like Jadakiss, but like I can't go
There we go. There we go. Okay.
straight bar to bar. It's like a lyrical battle. Then I'm like, all right, I want to hear something that's gonna make a shorty dance with me.
ShidaP, any final questions before we close out
bad,
for Maryland Monrogue?
This was my first time, you know what I mean, seeing, and so I really don't have no questions. I just want to say you're amazing. I love your music. I'll be listening to it, and you're great. Like, I love your style and everything. So you did your thing, And I'm happy I got to finally meet you. It took me long enough. Every show I was like, dang,
I
I
was
missed
on
the thing.
Facebook like, dang.
She blocking
Well,
the camera.
here's the plot twist, because we got about 3 minutes left on the show, right?
Right.
Here's the plot twist. You brought somebody with you that does spoken word, and it's go time, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I expected that, man.
Your time.
So this is dedicated to everybody who grew up without their fathers.
Oh, it's bingo.
Everybody knows.
Can I call my daughter? Sorry, never mind.
I don't even know where to start, because every conclusion and false promise has led to nothing but confusion and a broken heart. Where is my daddy? Is the question I always ask. And I'm just sitting here wondering, how long will this pain last? You said you would always be there for me. I guess that was another false promise. I imagine this piece may make me sound bitter, but I'm just being honest. How can I keep the faith when everything you've done to me has filled me with bitter and hate? Now when it's time for me to reshine, you want to return, but no, it's too late. This message is for every fatherless child who has ever asked the questions, why did daddy leave me? And what's wrong with me? This This message is for every son and daughter who cried themselves to sleep and asked the questions, how come he don't want me? This message is also for every single mother who had to watch their child broken and lost, who watched them child cry themselves to sleep with a broken heart, and had to say to their child, it's not your fault. This message is simple and plain. To every fatherless child, you've overcome obstacles and you survived the heat. Now we are the new drumline, so let's march to the beat. Obstacles of not having a father did not hold us back because we conquered and defeated every project we attacked. Not having our father was a setback that didn't set us back. We are overcomers to every son and daughter, and we've stayed focused to each other. We will be better than our fathers.
Yo, drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Thank you. Everyone, we gotta get out of here soon.
That was hard, bro.
Guys, it's been a great show. Thank you so much for stopping by. Maryland Monrogue. It's
Thank
been
you for
cool.
having us, man.
Yeah, and as the new CP3 of the show,
Hold fast there. Don't make me.
folks, it's been an amazing night and a night full of talent. And guys, we don't always do the independent music thing. We do it periodically, but it's amazing when we do it. So everyone, you guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. Right here on True Radio, right here on WLVS Radio, on True Radio Network. And we'll be talking to you soon.
You all right?
Thanks for having us.